Howdy, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Malenia's Arsenal, the series where we fight Malenia in NG7 with every single weapon. Now that the DLC has released, I shall be using DLC weapons for the time being. Today, we are going to be using the Firespark Perfume bottle. I'm very excited by this weapon. Before we get into it, I'd like to ask you to please leave a like, comment if you want to help choose weapons, or talk about these weapons right now, honestly, because I'm going to be doing a lot of DLC stuff. Or subscribe if you want to see more. Let's get right into this, shall we? Perfume bottle remade into a weapon by perfumers of the realm of shadow. Attacks release perfumed powder, producing sparks of fire. The crusade was a violent purge, and the perfumers were not called there to heal. So there are like two or three weapon arts that you can get for perfumer bottles, but beyond that, unless it's one that goes on every weapon, you basically just have kick or like throw more sparks. I'm very excited for this. I'm running, of course, Dragon Crest Great Shield. Perfumer's Talisman gives you a plus 15% damage boost just for the bottle. Fire Scorpion is another 12%, and the Blessed Blue Dew Talisman gives you FP regen of 1 every other second, which might not sound like a lot, but it means we will never run out of FP for this skill as long as she doesn't use waterfowl more than once every 20 seconds, which that is a long downtime to give her. That is a lot of time that we have between waterfowls, especially seeing as waterfowl already takes like 4 seconds to complete. Uh, Perfumer bottles seem like they're going to be really good against her, by the way. They don't get a crit. However, they are pure elemental. They don't bounce. They're a paired weapon. They have longer range than she does. They're good at tracking, and they make up for awkward arcs and have a lingering hitbox, which caused them to be really strong against her. So let's watch. I mean, we're already up to 61, yeah. Oh, that hit me still. That's part of the downside, is their hitboxes are a little slow to come out. But overall, I think this weapon is going to be really good. I was going to wait on doing this, but my goodness, am I in love with Perfumer bottles. That's all I gotta say. She also just doesn't have much of an answer of just hitting R1 with a Perfumer bottle. Alright, like, yeah, she hits me there. But on any of her normally interruptible stuff, she just loses to Perfumer bottles on. So it's a weapon you can really trade with. And she even takes 10% less damage while in the water, of course. And even still, these things are doing pretty good damage. Ooh, that hit me. That's okay. Just throw that out there as a check. We'll heal. The other thing to note, as you can see, we already have our FP back. It lets you do things like running Holy Ground effectively for mostly free. And now, like, if I just play defensive around this area, I just have, like, extreme health regen, right? Check her with R1. Also, we get bonus damage negation in this area. And I didn't have to worry about the fact that I'm using up FP for that because of the Blessed Blue Dew Talisman. So I think this might be, even though it seems so inconsequential, might be one of the most power creep talismans out there, just due to the fact that anything with a duration effectively becomes free almost. This one becomes half off. It wears off after 30 seconds. It takes 60 seconds to recover the FP for it. Stuff like that is really powerful. Like, as you saw there, it was 600 HP back if we did get hit. We would have gotten the FP. We would have gotten the HP back as well. It's 20% damage or defense boost, making up for the Fire Scorpion charm as well. Let's just get in there though. Also, I'm running Fire Scorpion tier. There we go. You can see the actual damage is also massive on this thing. Oh, there's my health regen. Please don't kill me, though. I don't really want to go on this because she's recently been doing a lot of Attack of the Clones right after that, so I'm just going to slow down. But, like, especially with her in this phase, you actually get, just due to some of her attacks, you have a lot of times to actually just set up the shield if you want. Like right now. Now we can walk away. Holy ground. Eat shrimp. We're still at 32 FP. We can let her come to us instead if we want. Play more defensively, just in case, yeah, she does something like this. Right? That was on me. I'm still trying to learn how to incorporate all this effectively, is what some of this is coming down to. But it feels really strong. And we'll throw up another one. And the other thing to note, weapon arts, even though it says it costs 20, you just need half the FP available just to be able to use it. So even though it costs 20, as soon as we hit back up to 10, we can use Vow of the Indomitable again. So it basically gives you a 20-second cooldown on Vow of the Indomitable, which is just really strong. So this is, as much as I'm showing off the weapon, I think a big part of this is also me wanting to show off what I think is possibly one of the strongest talismans. Also, you get it before you fight anything. You can... It's one of the first talismans you can find, as long as you know where to go. Just kill her. Yeah. It's really strong. I know I probably am not showing it off as best I can right now. But... I mean, like, I could just get back to full health from this. Another thing, things like weapon arts, or power buffs like Rallying Standard. The uptime on Rallying Standard is 60 seconds. It costs 30 FP to use, so you have infinite uptime on things like Commander's Standard. You get things like Dragon's Halberd Spinning Slash. I'm pretty sure Sacred Order, yep. Any of these sorts of buffing things end up being permanent, if you want. Like, the strongest buff in the game, Cragblade, lasts forever. You recover all of the FP by the time that you get it back. By the time that it wears off, I should say. So I'm a little bit super hype about that specifically. Nothing to compare range-wise here. They all have the same range, I will say, as far as I could tell. They are a paired weapon if you two-hand them, so you get two of them. The moveset is almost identical. So it's just more damage. It turns all your hits into double hits as well. So each one does like 60 to 70% damage, but they're double hitting, which means some of the other ones, you have Frostbite and Poison and Madness. Those ones end up hitting 2 times, and even though it says 60 Frostbite, it's 120 effectively, stuff like that. And the run attack hits like 5 times, I think, up to 5 times. Needless to say, I think Perfumer bottles are incredibly fun, incredibly cool, and incredibly unique. And I've only found one weapon art unique to them, and I know there's another, but I haven't found it yet. Anyway. I like them a lot. What else can I say? I'm excited, and I want to use more of them. After this goes up, I get to make the thumbnail for this, and I have no idea how I'm going to do it, because I don't know if these are readily available anywhere right now. The actual PNGs of these things, because I've been pulling them from somewhere else. We'll go ahead and set up Holy Ground as well. We'll be at like 50% defenses, and then we'll just go crazy on them, right? Alright, well, that hit me. That's okay. He dodged out of the way of that? Why? Oh. Not Holy Ground saving me there, actually, but that's okay. It was the fact that he didn't have that buff up yet, yeah. Oh, come on, dude. We're gonna set up Holy Ground again, though. Behind a pillar. There we go. We wanted him to approach so that these swords would wear off. Or he would, yeah. Ooh, okay. I hate the Gideon fight a lot of the time. If he gets you on the back foot, it ends up being a real pain to combat him. If you can't tell. And we don't have a weapon art to help that either. Oh, holy cow. Please leave me alone, Gideon. Please, dude. Okay, he really likes that spell, apparently. Whoa. Whoa. I'm bad at this fight, and I hate that it looks like I've only hit him once or twice, but it's just because he used his Estus already. Chill for 2 seconds, thank you. I totally knew that was going off, by the way. We're gonna set up Holy Ground over here. Hopefully he doesn't reaction roll it or something. Yeah. If you can't tell, I also think very highly of Holy Ground, and that's one of the reasons probably why I like the FP, the Blessed Dew Talisman. It's another 20% defense buff, which is very important, I think, or can be at least. Also, even though it looks like, or even though it wears off after you step out of it, you still get like a second or two. Well, the actual HP regen is massive on it. I really hate Gideon's reaction to seeing the perfumer bottles, though. There we go. I knew we'd beat him. But what did we use it, like 3 or 4 times in this battle? And we're still at 5 if you count that. It was 5 times and we, like, it should have cost us 150 FP. It cost us 70. And it only gets better the longer you go, you know? Of course, there is the issue of you have to find the time to use said weapon arts. Also, this is only weapon arts. Of course, any caster build is going to benefit from this thing, I think. But I personally say that weapon arts benefit a lot more because of the half FP needed to use them. Which is something that doesn't get talked about a lot, as long as you have at least half the FP. So everything becomes half price once you hit 0. Going up from 0, right? You just, anyway. It's hard for me to put into words, I guess. But with spells, like, let's say... Do I have any expensive spells right now? Like, this would take 2 minutes to recharge being able to use it. Whereas on a weapon art, if it was the same thing that cost 60, it would take 1 minute. It would take half the time. That's a massive deal to me. I forgot to use a rune arc, by the way. By the way, memory screen, it's nice. The damage is really good here, holy cow. It's just weird because it doesn't give me yellow damage even though I'm hitting him for what would effectively be yellow damage because it's 2 hits. You don't get... Ooh, new dodge unlocked? Alright. I think that also would have dodged there without jumping. But, you don't get reposts, but I don't think that matters on this weapon, honestly. I rolled early. No, sad. I was doing so good for flawless, too. I always forget that that doesn't actually hit. And then we'll let him come to us here. All of a sudden, we've set up advantage at no cost to us, you know? And we can trade blows very easily because of it. I don't know, the regen rate is part of what drives me crazy for this, right? Come and get me. Oh, I didn't know that would hit there. Oh, I'm dead. I'm not dead, thank you! The weapon art saved me. I'm dead. Okay, now I'm dead, right? Sad. Okay. I should have healed twice there, instead of just letting it wear off. I love this weapon. Let me double check just how long this video has been. It's impossible to tell. I'm going to give it one more attempt on him, honestly, because I love this weapon. And I'm not even stacked for, like, maximum damage. There are other options, too. Of course, Ritual Sword Talisman, but I think even Rotten Wing Sword Insignia works fine on this thing, right? Beyond that, if you have the weapon arts, Shard of Alexander. Jump attacks are good with this thing. I don't know if they count, but they are really good. Alright. You gonna throw your axe? There it is. Thank you. I think the weapon damage on this is just impressive, dude. Oh, that hit me? Weird. I was surprised. You know, I was fighting the final boss of the DLC, and I was thinking it felt really long and difficult. Which, of course, it's difficult. It's the final boss. But I'm recognizing it's about this level of damage that we're doing to him in NG1. I think is the big issue that I'm having with it, right? Even though I'm super buffed up, I'm maybe getting yellow damage on him. Which I guess is what feels so odd, right? He's probably gonna buff here. Soon, right? He's supposed to. There we go. And then phase transition, yep. We'll not worry about setting up. Oh, look, his defense dropped so much. Oh, we need to get past him. Whoa! If you didn't know, getting behind him on that makes him, like, unable to catch you. I knew better. From here, we'll set up holy ground, though. Because we should be safe, yeah. That's one of my favorite things, is the delayed hitbox on it. Letting you, like, buy so much time. Whoops. Please, no! Oh, well. That's okay. It's me trying to use holy ground too much. But that's okay. This weapon's really strong. It was hitting for almost 1,000 damage, and I don't remember if I had the, Wondrous Physic up. But if you're feeling really unsafe, just take this off and, well, you lose 75 damage. Yeah. It's probably not that bad, honestly. While also gaining 5% defenses, that might be enough to matter. I don't know. If only this counted for that, too. Dude, I feel like there's a lot of ways to buff this thing compared to normal. Partially because it has its own talisman. Anyway, that's going to be the video. I love this weapon, and I love all the other Perfumer bottles, too. They're very cool. Highly recommend. They're a great accent to a lot of builds as well. If you need elemental damage on a deck, if you need fire damage on a dex weapon, but you don't want to run a dex weapon, on a dex build, I should say, just throw this on there. It's only dex scaling. If you have an int build and you want to use a pure magic damage weapon because it fits the build, there's a frost one, etc. Stuff like that, where like you can tag it in if you're out of FP, that sort of thing, while keeping up the illusion of being a mage and stuff, you know? It's like having combustion as a weapon from the old Dark Souls games, but it never runs out. And it's great. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.